okay, is far beyond our expectation.
It's the safest way of owning a house.
My mouth is full of appreciation to Federal Mortgage Bank.
Hello and good evening to you. It's quite a delight to have you join us again on another edition of the program Everyone Deserves a Home. My name is Gabriel Ujile, still holding brief for your regular anchor. The NHF scheme, like we always say, is open to every Nigerian. The products of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria in terms of housing and loans are also open to all NHF contributors. But for more Nigerians to buy into the scheme, the testimonies and campaigns of beneficiaries can make a huge difference. Some beneficiaries, without prompting, have become crusaders for the gains of the NHF and FMBN. Their dedication to the success of the NHF have inspired us, and so, in this episode, we shall be sharing the stories of what they have been able to do for others through the scheme. We will also focus on another FMBN-funded project from the FCT while we motivate you with the story of a daring beneficiary all the way from Kano State.
Stop. 1, 2. What? Stop! No, people. Don't go back.
Sorry, comrade.
Thank you.
As an up-to-date contributor of the National Housing Fund, I will advise you to just apply straight away for a mortgage loan. Yes, there are several types you could apply for. There is the rent to own a home loan. There is the cooperative loan. There are several of them. Instead of paying so much money to these Shylock landlords.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
As usual, the program will begin with issues making the news from the diary of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Stay tuned.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has entered into a partnership with the Enugu State Government to deliver low-income housing units in the state before the end of the year. Managing Director, Enugu State Housing Development Corporation, ESHDC, Mr. Chukwumele Agu, disclosed that the Enugu State Government is partnering with the FMBN to build an exclusive estate for staff of the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, Enugu. Speaking at the facility tour of the ongoing Coal City View Estate located in Ugwoyema axis of the state, Agu said the project aims to give civil servants the opportunity to own homes and reduce housing deficit in the state by providing an elongated repayment plan depending on the time left in their service by giving them a mortgage option of up to 20 to 30 years. Agu said that the first 750 units have already begun, with about 100 units at various levels of completion. He added that the corporation was ready to undertake another 500-unit housing scheme under the Family Homes Fund's FHF initiative of the federal government at Ihalumona in Nsukka, stating that the FHF had approved 1.8 billion naira for the construction of the units, and the state government had provided land for that purpose with all necessary documents already signed.
The program is Everyone Deserves a Home. As I mentioned earlier, many may not realize their dream of home ownership or even benefit from any of the loan products of the Federal Mortgage Bank except you share your beliefs and convictions with them. Let's see how two NHF beneficiaries made a difference in the lives of their colleagues towards ensuring that they benefit from the scheme. Stay with us.
A good number of people make contributions to the NHF scheme without knowledge of what they are contributing for. Some do not even believe that their contributions are repayable after retirement. and so do not take steps towards claiming those benefits. Millennium Multipurpose Cooperative Society is a cooperative society with a staff strength of about 133 members. It is headed by Idowu Oluwaremilekun, a civil servant working with the Lagos State Development and Property Corporation. She lives in the staff quarters of her place of work, but seeing others retire and leave the houses left her dissatisfied.
We are staff of Lagos State. Most of us stay in the staff quarters, and the staff quarters, they deduct our rent, our housing allowances from source. So if you have spent 35 years, or your housing for 35 years will be deducted, and when you're leaving the service, you exit. You have nothing to gain. So that's the reason why I said, if we can build our own house, and instead of they're deducting our housing, and will not get the unit and the flat at the end of the day, if you are using that not to be paying for NHF, at the end of the day, the houses will become ours.
This spurred her into having a vision for staff at her place of work to own their own homes. Upon inquiries, she discovered the Cooperative Housing Development Loan of the FMBN.
Actually, I went to some banks and the interest rate was quite high, 27, 26, which would be too high because we are civil servants, we cannot afford that kind of interest rate. But for FMBN, it's 10%, which is still okay.
The cooperative applied for a loan of 278 million naira. 210 million naira was approved for the development of 72 housing units, which is still under construction.
We requested for 278 million, but in a letter of offer, we found that only 210 was approved. And I asked the reason because the bill we prepared was on direct labor. So we were told that there's a new requirement that I don't know that henceforth that they don't give out 100% construction loan, that is now 80%. That is said you have to we source for 20%. Why they give 80%? That's the reason why 210 was approved for us. The first tranche is completed. The perimeter fence is there. Even right now we have security on guard. In the estate now, we have the HT poles installed, LT poles installed. So the next thing we intend to do now is to finish up the second phase, then install our transformer, the cables, then pave our roads to make it a beautiful estate.
At the initial stages, the cooperative had only a membership strength of 99 members, but with the laudable development, the number rapidly increased to the current 133. One may wonder how the houses are expected to go round. With the application, members were profiled by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
As you know, we are all staff, and we all know that they are all NHF contributors. We have their pay slip, we know how much they are earning as in their net income. So what we did was that when we were applying, all their details, as in the time they were employed, everything, their date of birth, everything, we sent everything to Abuja. So they did the profiling that maybe they could afford to pay back the loan he was given. Though we are 133 now, but it's not everybody that is that can afford to pay back. So it's those that can afford to pay back that will pay. Some they already have 2 or 3 years left in service, which cannot really benefit from it. So for those that can benefit, at least we have enough.
My name is Ali Saubana Yokuno from Heavy Nigeria Limited.
Elsewhere is a beneficiary of the home renovation loan. Because his father, a military officer, had once benefited from the NHF, he made it a point of duty to enlighten people at his place of work about the scheme and also ensure that they benefit from it.
So I try to introduce you to my colleagues in the office that we should go into it. So I know how to come down to NHF to call them to come and enlighten our staffs then. So way back then, they were all enlightened, but it seems most of them were not that interested. We had to take a bull by the horn by ensuring that shipping to the product then. So we went online and we were able to get more information about it.
With his colleagues being doubtful, he single-handedly applied for the home renovation loan, which he used to complete a housing project he had begun.
I was the only one who showed interest in doing it. So we filled the form, and the form was sent to Abuja. It took about 6 months or 7 months thereabouts. So I got the alert on my phone then. So that was how I got to know and started the process. Well, I was able to achieve by putting the money into what I actually wanted to do, by completing the project. That was an housing project, which to God be the glory, it's completed.
So far, more than 9 people have benefited from the scheme because of his encouragement. Another 7 applications are with the FMBN for processing, and 12 more applications at the verge of submission. He is impressed with the single-digit interest rate, and that is what he loves most about the scheme.
It's very convenient, no collateral, just a single-digit interest to be paid per annum. It's very convenient for someone, you know. He said even though you save it, you will spend it due to one reason or the other. But you know that, okay, one is getting the money in a lump sum, and you use it for something that is more tangible that you can see. But saving it, one can squander it in a twinkle of an eye. It's so convenient and very easy, single digits, and the memorandum grace given makes it more simplified.
And so, the vision of the NHF and the FMBN is being spread. One positive action can create a ripple effect to bring in more beneficiaries.
These houses are expensive. How can he afford to buy a house in this place?
Bami.
How did you get money to acquire all this?
Mami, sit down. I got this house through the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria rent-to-own loan. The loan allows me to keep paying my rent until the amount I've paid sums up to the cost of the house. Then I stop paying rent and I become the house owner.
You mean to tell me that kind of thing exists here?
Everyone you see in this estate is a beneficiary.
Then give me some wine and let me drink in my son's house.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
Coming up next is Project in Focus, and tonight we will beam our searchlight on an FMBN-funded project in Kuje, Abuja, where the FMBN completed an abandoned project to provide 85 housing units for more Nigerians.
This is full-fledged estate located in Kuje in the Federal Capital Territory. The project is an 85 housing unit project of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria in partnership with the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Scheme. It was an abandoned project that the FMBN saw the need to have completed.
This project is actually a Federal Mortgage Bank funded project, and it's under the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Scheme, FISH as it's called. But this is basically a remedial job, a remedial project. Remedial project meaning that no project should be left abandoned. All projects should be completed in due time.
A total of 54 million naira was approved and fully disbursed for the 85 units of 3-bedroom fully detached bungalows. Because the developer of the project understood the urgency of the project, what was supposed to be a 6-month project was completed in 3 months. As it is with all FMBN-funded projects, basic infrastructure has been provided for residents of the estate.
Federal Mortgage Bank will not start up a project without ensuring that infrastructure is available to accompany the project. This is basically normal because people should not just come stay in an environment where it is not conducive. So as we speak, there's of course electricity. There's a 500 kVA transformer as we speak. There's water system. Of course, there's good road network, and of course, there's well-planned drainage system to accompany the project.
As for the quality of work, The developer says quality is an intentional aspect of its activities.
Full-fledged Consult Nigeria Limited, we're very intentional about the quality of our project. The good thing about this thing is the fact that your project speaks for you. When people come around to your estate and they see poor quality, it goes out into the market and it's bad. But all of our projects were intentional. The quality are master class. We are intentional also about the kind of materials we use. We use a lot of local content materials to ensure that, yes, our money is not just flying out of the shore of our country. But basically, the quality, as you could see for yourself, is world class.
The project was an avenue for job creation. This is the target of the FMBN, to have as much jobs as possible created.
The good thing about real estate is the fact that there are a lot of employment opportunity for every single project. I'll try and do some little mathematics, For each unit that you build, you have a minimum of 20 people on that site. From the mason to the carpenter that handles the woodwork to the roof guy. Apart from that, when the project like this is ongoing, we have a lot of food vendors that comes around to sell. But basically, that was actually intentional to ensure that there's employment everywhere. What Federal Mortgage Bank is doing basically now is ensure that as no project is abandoned, and at the same time, when people are on site, a lot of employment is on that same site. Just like I said, we have about we have basically 85,000 units as we speak on this site. So you can do a small calculation. 85,000 units by a minimum of 20-25 staff on a unit. You know what it means.
The project is already completed 100% fully subscribed for and about 70% occupied. Each of the houses was sold at the cost of 9 million naira only.
The Managing Director and CEO Family Homes Fund, Femi Adewale, has said that the federal government is championing the cause for low-income earners to own homes through the establishment of the agency. Adewale, who spoke at the recently concluded Abuja International Housing Show, reveals that the agency was created to provide social housing finance and to build 500,000 homes at the cost of 2 million naira each. He noted that the agency was a joint partnership of the Federal Ministry of Finance and the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, adding that the agency would bring additional shareholders on board in 2022 and keep up with its mandate to finance homes that are affordable to low-income earners. While also noting that the by-effect of the housing project was to provide over 1.8 million jobs, Adewale also noted that the major elements of FHF are geared towards ensuring affordable housing funds for developers. He said the National Social Housing Program (NSHP), an offshoot of the Economic Sustainability Program, will be funded through a debenture from the CBN. He said it is expected that by the end of this year, 40,000 homes financed under the program will be at various stages of development. The Lagos State government, in response to the housing gap in the state, has taken steps to upscale its housing delivery performance. Commissioner for Housing Honorable Moruf Akinderu Fatai noted this recently when he said, the state government is pursuing the agenda of housing provision with increased vigor to ensure that more homes are available to the people of the state before the end of the year. He added that the state government is engaging multinationals along with other MDAs to build and support financing of vertical buildings in the state, explaining that it is a viable option given the fact that land is a limited resource in the state. The Commissioner also disclosed that the various housing schemes located at different locations in the state will be delivered to the people very soon. He added that the state government is working tirelessly to deliver the ongoing housing schemes so that low and middle class Lagosians can also become homeowners, which will be accomplished through a convenient mortgage system, since a larger percentage of the homes shall be allocated through the rent-to-own scheme, whereby the tenure of payment will be 120 months after the initial payment of 5% of the value of the homes by the allottees.
Glad to know you're still with us. Our story tonight on Dream Come True is of a daring widow who did not let doubts take her mind off her dreams. She was bold enough to take risks despite discouragements from her family. Sa'ar Bashir gladly shares our story with us. Sit back and watch as she inspires us.
You may be threatened every year. I thought mortgage is an alien thing.
When this house came, I even added weight.
I was really happy about that.
They made it easy for everybody.
It's very flexible. I'm one of the beneficiaries.
Federal Mortgage Bank has done well. Houses for all.
Sa'a Bashir is a widow with 4 children and a grandchild. After she lost her husband, Sa'a lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with an outside kitchen and toilet, which was too small for her and her children. Then she heard of an advert of the FMBN on the radio.
I saw the news from radio that Federal Mortgage Bank, they give us the house, but I doubt. Is this true? Sometimes they said, but it's not true. I got Federal Mortgage Bank and talked to the staff of the Federal Mortgage Bank. I asked him about this house. They said this is true.
Sa'a was ineligible, but her determination pushed her into starting her contribution as a self-employed woman.
If I'm self-employer, if you have money, you can get it. Can I start this monthly contribution every month for 6 months.
After then, Sa'a sold off her house to enable her get some money to pay the equity for the house. This did not sit well with her family, but she remained hopeful. Her hopes were not dashed, as just 2 days after paying her equity, she was given her offer letter and keys.
After 2 days, I get the phone. Are you Ajia, sir? And she says, I'm done. Okay, you can come and collect your offer, your key. Huh? For what? For this estate. That day, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that day. I go and collect my offer and my key and show me the house. I'm very appreciative. Then even my family, they said, well, it's not true, just maybe my say 419. There's no problem, I collect it. Then after that, I come and see the house.
The happy home owner has lived in her 2-bedroom fully detached bungalow all en suite for about 4 months. She says she enjoys a peaceful coexistence with her neighbors.
We have some Christians, Muslims, Yoruba, all we are together. There's no any tribalism. We thank God on this estate.
Sa'a Bashir commends the quality of work done on the house.
This building is very good. There's no any problem, no leakage. Even yesterday they do drain, there's no any leak. The place is very good.
Sa'a is very grateful to the FMBN for the privilege to own a better home. She calls on people who do not believe in the scheme to be hopeful and take up the challenge and apply for their own homes.
Quite an inspiring story there. Just like Sa'a Bashir, who went to the FMBN branch office at her state to find out details, you too can stop by at any of our offices in your state for inquiries or start by logging onto our website on www.fmbn.gov.ng. I will be here again next week. See you same time, same station for another edition of the program. Until then, do take care of yourself and good night.